Hello and welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. As the 2014 legislative session comes to an end, Assemblywoman Sharon Quirk-Silva is here now to take a look back at the year, see some of the accomplishments, some of the bills. You had quite a few bills pass this year.
I did, and we felt very productive this year in the 65th District, having the governor sign 8 bills. And not only this year, but last cycle as well, and really feel like we have delivered for Orange County.
So what is the focus of some of the bills?
Well, one of the things that's exciting about being a legislator is you get to create a bill package, and so mine is an array of business bills, education bills, veterans bills, because I'm the chair of Veterans Affairs, and then this year 2 foster care bills.
The foster care bills are interesting. I know you want to talk about some of the other ones, but a lot of times kids are no longer kids. They're 18. They come out of the system, out of foster care, and they're just out on the street. So you have one that will provide for those people after that.
Right, and the governor this year has signed quite a few foster care. We know that we have work to do in that system, foster care. So one of my bills provides for if a foster care is in the foster care, man or woman, that they can continue to get support after 18. And this is important because as they go to college, we know that some of them want to extend their education, and if they have no support, it really makes it very difficult.
Yeah, it's hard for a lot of us to imagine if you have no one in the world. It's always nice to have a family, some family's background. Tell us about the Veterans Cemetery here in Orange County.
Yes, we are really thrilled to work bipartisanly throughout Orange County with our colleagues on both sides of the aisle to bring legislation that will create the first veteran cemetery here in Irvine. They conveyed 125 acres. Want to thank the Irvine City Council for their 5-0 vote on that. Now that we have it signed by the governor, we will now work with the federal government to move forward that legislation.
It kind of makes sense, a little salute to the military history.
Exactly, and they're at the former El Toro Marine Base.
Also, you were working on tax credits for some business owners.
Well, this year we are looking at, with the state having a few more resources economically, to reinvest back in those industries that we know are so vital. So the governor signed an aerospace tax credit, also the film credit to keep Hollywood making those big productions, and my companion bill, AB 1560, works with businesses for a tax incentive to say, welcome back to California, we want you here, we want you to keep those doors open.
Well, let's explain to the business owners what they can look for specifically, who this applies to.
Well, they would work with the governor's office of Go Biz, and it's called California Compete, so they would compete. Last year, over 300 applicants, 30 were awarded these incentives. Biotech, manufacturing, we can work with them through our office, but very high interest, and we know these investments work in our economy.
Also, this is an unusual bill that went through to provide birth certificate free records for homeless people. Very specific.
This was very small in the ask, which would say if someone is experiencing homelessness, they can go to the county clerk, get a birth certificate, and to the DMV get an ID with a fee waiver, one time only. They would have to work closely with a nonprofit for that verification, but we know it's the first step to getting them back on their feet. Again, working throughout the state in a bipartisan support, meaning that we had no votes on this, and I think many of us realize in our own homes and our own communities we're still wrestling with how do we solve this critical issue.
Yeah, well, if you don't have an ID, you almost don't exist.
Exactly.
In the system, at least one step in that direction. Thank you very much, Assemblywoman Sharon Quirk-Silva.
Thank you
for being here. Glad you were here too. I'm Leslie Leyton.